Hey, I am TC, your girlfriend, not girlfriend, and the most honest F buddy you've never had. Today's topic: do friends with benefits ever get back together? Hmm, what does get back together even mean? Do friends with benefits ever start having sex again? Yes. Okay. Let's get into it. Of course they do. So in my first friends with benefits relationship, during the course of the 7.5 years that we were, I don't know. I mean, I guess it wasn't consistent because there were breaks in between, but just so that it's all encompassing. Um, During the course of that time, he entered into, I want to say 4, 5, I don't know, a lot of relationships. And when he was in his relationships, I was very respectful. We were platonic friends. I was not shooting no shots or like doing anything slick, nothing like that. We literally just went right back to our friendship that we had before we added the sex. And those relationships unfortunately ran their course. And after those relationships ran their course, we're back at it, period. So yeah, I mean, that's a very simple answer with a very good example. Okay, let's be honest. Yes and no, right? Because it does depend on the people. Why me and my first friends with benefits always got back together, or I guess always started having sex again, was because we maintained respect for one another during the course of our entire friends with benefits relationship. So once he was out of his relationships, I wasn't there like waiting for him. It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not in anything right now. Cool. Let's link up. There was no animosity or no drop in trust or comfort between the two of us. So it was very easy and felt very natural to, just lean back into that side of our relationship once the appropriate opportunity presented itself. Now, let's be honest, all friends with benefits relationships are not like ours, and some may not. I think a strong reason why some may not is because they may feel used during that time. If another person, especially like my first one, what should I call him on this channel? I will call him Lorenzo. I think that's a good name. No, I'm not gonna call him that. I'll call him Trent. No. What will I call him? I will call him Sean. No. Dang it. Mark. I don't like Mark either. All right, I figured it out. I'll call him Devin. All friends with benefits relationships are not like me and Devin's. So we were able to really maintain our friendship and our trust for one another during the course of our friends with benefits relationship. He did ruin that kind of one time. But anyway, as it pertains to his relationships, I was always very respectful of those. He had no reason to feel like I would be a threat. And I had no reason to feel like I was being used because he would let me know when he was getting close to entering into any relationship and how he felt. And I was just present through the process. But if that's not the case, some people may feel like this person is just dipping and dabbing. And every time they're not in a better situation, they come running back to them. And in those cases, I mean, for a multitude of reasons, you may see that it may not be plausible for you and your friend with benefits or F buddy to restore what you had before maybe they went off and entered this situation or that situation. Also, what matters is how you leave the situation. If once you got into a relationship or once they got into a relationship, they just kind of ran off into the sunset and left you hanging, well, when they come back, you're not going to be, or they're not going to be really willing to receive you. And that's just a thing. So I have a video on how you should end a friends with benefits relationship. If you don't know and you're headed in that direction, go watch it. Now, the last thing I would say on this topic is always respecting a respectful separation. If you ever want to pick back up where you left off or have a good time with this person in the future, if things go south with, whatever third party you're with, or if you've made a decision about the fact that you guys need some type of separation or something like that, and you ever want to come back or you want them to come back, you got to respect the respectful separation. As a person on the receiving end of maybe the change idea, let's say that person is entering a relationship with someone or they want to change for their own emotional reasons or something like that, discuss it. Be open, be honest, but respect that respectful separation. Respect the fact that they came to you and had a conversation. They solicited your feedback or they came at you in a mature fashion and you guys had that discussion, you have to respect that if you ever want them to pick up where they left off, if things ever change on their end. Because if you don't, they can or may associate you with complication, messiness, or just a feeling that they don't want to feel. And they may be fearful of starting or re-entering a friends with benefits relationship with you, fearing that it may go further south the next time a separation needs to be made or a separation is put on the table. So that about does it for if friends with benefits ever get back together. And I gave a little advice in there about how to get the result you want if you do ever want to get back with that person, or if you do ever want to start having sex with that person again. As always, you can ask me any questions you may have in the comments if you want me to give more specific advice, because I think I gave a lot of specific advice in this one. But if you want me to give more specific advice or examples from my personal experience, feel free to ask. I will definitely do so, or make another video if it calls for it. But for now, guys, as always, be free, have fun, be safe, and enjoy.